Why have you...
Why you only calling us when you got your dramas? One of these days we'll repay you, we'll slay you. Gonna draw your last breath at the end of my glance. Your eternal torture is every Klingon dream. You know what I mean? Make of us scream!
By the gods of science fiction! Hello and welcome to the final two-parter of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. This is to cover episodes 9 and 10. I only got round to watching the final last night. We're going to have a bit to talk about on this, but I think we should cover episode 9, the musical one, I have to say. Apparently I've just found out, I've just done the podcast before this and we did talk about Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which was quite interesting. We covered all 10 episodes, so I do recommend check that out when it comes out on Thursday. So the music, Star Trek Rhapsody or whatever it were called, I mean the Klingons made it for me in that, but what a fantastic episode. Now it is the lowest rating out of all the 10 episodes, which I was quite shocked about, so I found out today. But I really did enjoy it, and I have to say, everybody can sing, you know what I mean? And what an amazing episode. So it's like they find some subspace fold as usual. There's always a subspace fold. And they put in some harmonic transmission through it, and it ends up affecting our reality, and it spreads to loads of starships. And everybody's singing across the galaxy, and the Klingons get affected, and they're on the way to destroy it. And apparently it's the laws of this other universe. Obviously it must be like a universe, must be the musical universe or whatever. But it works. But it comes out that all start. I mean, there's a great scene with Pike when he starts singing about woman he's in love with, about their relationship. He just starts singing on bridge. And Lan, she's like, she's like got feelings for Captain Kirk or Lieutenant Kirk. But he's seeing Carol, what is it? Mother of his son, I forgot her name. Carol Dr. Marcus. And there's all that. And the singing, number one starts singing. It just is quite funny, but Uhura figures it out. And the Klingons turn up and they give us a bit of R&B with the electric voices, and it's sort of very interesting, and yeah, all in all, I don't know if I'd watch this episode like over and over again, but the Klingons were funny, because you could say like, and that were Emma from last series, doing when they were all dancing and singing, and they were all embarrassed at the end of this warrior race, but they do sing a lot, look at Worf. So there you go. So on to episode 10 last night. Wasn't expecting any of this. I knew that'd be a Gorn situation, and I don't know how they're going to explain Cestus 3 with Captain Kirk when he fought that Gorn. And that Gorn looked totally different from the one we saw last night. And then the one in Enterprise looked totally different to that one. Unless there's different Gorns, there's no doubt they're different lizard sort of species. But the thing is, with all this, it was interesting because, like, there's this colony, it's living like the 1950s. They've gone for this simpler way of life, and they've turned up. It's outside Federation space. And the Gorn have set up a demarcation line that they're at the Federation border. They're obviously wanting to expand, and they attack this world, but then we find out something to do with solar flares. And guess who we meet? Scotty. Now, I think we're going to get 5 seasons of Strange New Worlds. I think we're going to go quite far. I think we should get more episodes now. I think it should be 15 episodes a season. I really do, because I've just enjoyed this series. The writers and the creators of this series have took so many risks and took it in so many different directions, And it's nice to see that when we live in an age of where they're repeating everything and remaking everything. I found what they've done with these characters like M'Benga and Chapel and Spock, that when they were not minor characters, but they weren't playing the bigger roles as McCoy, Spock and Kirk, they're getting equal story time, which I think is really good. But we end up on this planet, and the Gorn take it over and release their younglings to eat people, and they lay the eggs in humans and all this. I mean, they made them quite quite savage and scary. But like I was just saying to my co-host, that in the 24th century, I think it's in Deep Space Nine, it's mentioned some of them have been to a Gorn restaurant. So assume by 24th century, 25th century now, that relationships have calmed down quite a lot. And I think they were mentioned during Dominion War. I don't think they were involved in it. You know, because I know the Gorn hegemony is not as big as Federation, but it's there. And they are territorial. But maybe they're getting on by this time, I don't know. You mean, you got your Folians as well, aren't you? I mean, they're a bit sort of funny. But I mean, they were mentioned Folian ambassador as well. Sisko mentioned it. So I assume this is like beginning, but the Gorn are quite a civilised culture. Alright, how they breed or whatever, they do seem quite terrifying. Now you could go with Star Trek game or the books, but is that canon? Canon is when it's on film and TV. So I think they did really well with this episode, and I got into it. It was action packed. I liked it. Well, and she's terrified, and she's an augmented human. She's terrified of them. You know? Do you know what I mean? And the Cayuga gets destroyed. Pike goes down to the planet, and we meet Scotty, and he's figured a way around. He's like figured out Gorn technology and all this. And I thought the guy that played Scotty was really good. He's quite funny actually. And so we're on to our third Scotty, our third Spock, you know, which is sort of interesting. But I think, are they setting up TOS as a modern remake? Because like somebody put a meme on Facebook, and it was replacing the original crew with all the new ones. And I'm wondering next season, are we going to get Dr. McCoy or Sulu? I know Chekhov didn't come until later on, so there's no rush for him. So have we got Sulu on the way, or McCoy next season? Scotty's going to be in it more. Are these people, is it when Pike gets his accident, are they going to introduce Star Trek TOS, the new adventures or whatever? Interesting. But when I was watching this, it was action packed. It was an intense episode of lots of scenes of the Gorn. And I was getting into it, and I didn't realise there were like 2 minutes to go. And it's like, it all kicks off with Gorn, and then she's going captain and we're captain. And then it all sort of, he's like, you know, because when they beamed the survivors up, the Gorn re-beamed them. They didn't come to Enterprise. Gorn got them. And it was sort of interesting where that went after that. I was quite surprised. But then it just went to be continued. And I got like a Next Generation sort of thing. Do you remember it when it used to finish on the season cliffhanger, like with the Borg or whatever? To be continued next season. And we got that cliffhanger, and I wasn't expecting that. That was quite a shocker. So all in all, this has been a great series, and I'm going to be watching all of this again. So that's my review of episodes 9 and 10. So please subscribe to the channel. Please give us a like. Please let me know your thoughts on this episode. And I will see you on the next video. I think the next series will be Star Wars Ahsoka, which starts in a week or so. That's it. So I'll see you soon. And live long and prosper.